Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for taking time to stop by my channel. Today I thought I would share a easy blackberry bread. I found this recipe on Melanie Cooks probably about 2 years ago. I've made it in the past and it's delicious. It has a little cinnamon in it, so there's a little cinnamon flavor in the background. Not too overpowering for those of you that aren't real fond of cinnamon. I love cinnamon, so I would actually probably put a little bit more, but I'm going to go by the recipe today. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is this is a cup and a half, a little more than a cup and a half of blackberries. I put those in my bowl with half a cup of sugar. I'm using cane sugar. This is quarter cup measure, so I'm going to do 2 of these. Got my handy dandy little potato smasher here. I'm going to use this to smash up the blackberries and get them combined with the sugar here. Might take me a little minute because I have absolutely no muscles. I am working on strengthening myself though. Got myself into some exercise routines with some elastic bands because I can't do anything real strenuous or anything like that. So yeah, I'm going to get these all smashed up, get them incorporated really well with the sugar. Smells pretty good. Fresh blackberries. Alright, I think that's good enough. So, I'm going to set that aside there. Oh, let me get my oven preheating. Preheat my oven to 350. Alright, and in a separate bowl from the blackberries and sugar, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and 4 eggs. My giant jar of pink Himalayan salt. You know what, let me use my plastic one so that it's not all clingy. Alright, we got actually, I add the 4 eggs and cup of sugar into a bowl, get those well combined, and then I add the sugar, or the salt, the cinnamon, the baking soda, and the flour. Alright, 4 eggs. and a cup of sugar. And again, I'm going to use my 1/4 cup measure because it's just easier to get it down in this jar. So I need 4 of these. Trying to avoid the clumps that are in here because I know the clumps make it a little more sugar than it's needed. Alright. Get my little mixer thing here. Get these guys all mixed together. Okay, now we add the teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of baking soda, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. Teaspoon salt. Teaspoon of baking soda. Teaspoon of cinnamon. Is it a teaspoon of cinnamon? Yeah, teaspoon of cinnamon. Oh, sorry about that. That was loud. And we are going to mix these guys together. I'm going to make sure the baking soda is dissolved and broke up. See a few little clumps here. Seem to be fighting me about it. Alright. That looks good. Then we're going to add the blackberries in, and once the blackberries are mixed in, we add 3/4 cup of, it calls for vegetable oil. I am going to use avocado oil because I don't have any vegetable oil. And then 3 cups of flour. Oh, let me take my little potato smusher. Put that there. Mix the blackberries in with the eggs and sugar, cinnamon, baking soda, and salt. Put that in the sink. Get these guys all blended together, or mixed together rather. I'm not using my blender. Alright. That looks good. And yeah, still see those clumps. Alright. 3/4 cup of oil. One, 2, 3. Alright. There's my oil. Get that all mixed together. And if you don't want to use oil, you can substitute the oil for applesauce. Applesauce is a good substitute for oil in a recipe. Alright. 3 cups of flour. And I do the scoop with a spoon and pour it into the cup, because from what I understand, you get a better, a more accurate cup, where if you scoop in, you're actually picking up more flour than what your recipe is calling for. Oh, don't make a mess. Come on. Right. And of course, I need something to level out the flour. Yes, I'm using a teaspoon handle. 1 cup. I like to kind of do it 1 cup at a time, get it mixed in a little bit. That way I'm not fighting trying to get my wet ingredients mixed in with the flour. Sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes the batter's a little bit thick for that. Right. Oh, I hope I have 3 cups in here. I think I do. Maybe. It's gonna be super close. Let's see. And there's my oven. And the recipe calls for you to put all of this into one 9x5 loaf pan. I've actually split it into 2 loaf pans because it's quite a bit of batter here. I feel like it's too much batter for 1 loaf pan. So yeah. All right, let me get 1 more cup. Tilt my container on the side in hopes of having 1 more cup. And of course, making a mess in the process, because that's what I do. That is what I do. This is gonna be close to get. Come on, we can do it. We can do it. Oh, sorry about that. I know that was loud. Okay. All right. I think I did it. I think I did it. And there's literally like nothing. Nothing left in my flour container. So before I bake anything else, I gotta refill that. And I do have more here. I make sure that I have enough that I don't like running out of anything. Let me just say that. So running out of something when I'm in the middle of making something is a huge pet peeve of mine. I make sure I have a stocked pantry as far as the things I use on a regular in my recipes, like flour and sugar and salt, cinnamon, honey or maple syrup. Goodness, this is thick. All right. That looks perfect. All right. Let me spray my loaf pans. And I like to spray over my sink because if anything sprays outside of it, it's at least spraying in my sink and all over my counter and wall. Alright. Oops, sorry about that. 2 loaf pans greased. Ooh, sorry about that again. I'm a little bit clumsy. Just a bit. Just a bit. Alright, let's get this into these pans. Yeah, let's start with this one. I was debating over whether or not I should start putting some in the other one first, because I like that loaf pan better. Just because the bread comes out in the shape that I prefer. Where all my other loaf pans, the bottoms seem to be a little bit more narrow. And I like to have more of a rectangle shape if I can have it. As close to a rectangle. And not so much a diamond, I guess you could say. This over here. And of course, you can use any berries in this recipe, I'm sure. Strawberries, raspberries. But I was initially looking for a blackberry bread. So that's why I stuck with the blackberries. Alright. There we go. I'm gonna put these on my baking sheet here. Baking sheet. That's what I said, baking sheet. Alright. Let me get my oven open. Got my 2 beautiful breads going into the oven. And we are going to bake for 50 minutes. Actually, 1 hour, 60 minutes. Sorry. Alright. And I will be back when the bread is done and I'm pulling it out of the oven. Okay, I'm going to test the bread out, see if it's ready now. We have about 15 minutes left. but I just want to give it a test and see where we're at. That one probably needs just a couple more minutes. Oh, that one needs a lot more minutes. So this one I'm going to take out in a few more minutes. The other one I'll leave in. I'll leave in probably till the end of the 15 minutes that's remaining. But the first one I checked, I'm going to take it out in about 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, let me test this bread one more time. The little loaf here, rather. Make sure. Oh yeah, that's much better. So, let's get this one out. Ow! Without touching the hot oven. Throw that on a cooling rack. Turn this one around, because it is not ready yet. Let it cook the last 6.5, 7 minutes. Okay, I'm going to leave this loaf here to cool on the cooling rack. Once I pull the other loaf out, I'll put it on the cooling rack to cool for a little bit. And I'll come back when I take them out of their loaf pans, and I'll slice one open. That way we can look at the inside crumb. Okay everyone, the breads have had time to cool. They're quite cool. I let them sit here for a while. I'm just going to run a butter knife around them to loosen them from the loaf pans. Put that in the sink. Let's see. Shake it a little bit. Look at that. Came loose. Nothing left in the pan. That's good. I like the way it cracked open there. This one does not want to let go of the pan. Let it go. Alright, let me get another butter knife. Try the little scrape method on the edges again. One more time. Maybe I didn't loosen it enough. This one does not want to let go. Did I not spray this one enough or something? I thought it was sprayed quite well. There we go. There we go. Alright. You see, there's still nothing left in there. Alright. Let me grab a knife. Cut one of these open. I think I'm going to cut this one. That's what the inside looks like. It's a little more purple than the camera's actually giving off. But yeah, that's our blackberry bread. And okay, everyone, that again, that's the blackberry bread. We love it. There's nothing that I change about the recipe other than occasionally throwing in some sliced almonds or some walnuts. But yeah, if you guys give it a try, please let me know in the comments. Let me know how you liked it. Again, I found this recipe on melaniecooks.com a couple of years ago. And I'm sorry if you hear my dog kind of choking in the background there. She has trachea issues, so if she takes a breath that's too strong, it'll cause her trachea to collapse, and she ends up coughing and choking, so it's not something she can help. But anyway, aside from that, the bread is delicious. If you decide to give it a try, let me know how you like it. We love it. It's not overly sweet. It's got that little hint of cinnamon in the background that I enjoy. I would probably put a little bit more cinnamon next time, see how that turns out. But other than that, I love the recipe the way it is, aside from throwing in some nuts here and there. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider subscribing, giving me a thumbs up, and if there's anything that you'd like to see, anything you're interested in, let me know in the comments. I'll add it to my schedule and give it a try, see how it works out for us. And I hope you have a great day, and thank you again for stopping by.